Hey, have you ever been listening to NPR and said to yourself, boy, I'd love to skip right over this and get to the next thing? I'm sure you have, like every time Car Talk comes on, right? Well, now you can get exactly what you want from NPR just by downloading the NPR One app. You put it on your phone, and it's like Pandora for NPR. It feeds you story after story, and if you're not interested in, say, Steve Inskeep's story on the sex life of the Ecuadorian snail, you just swipe and go to the next story. It's brilliant. Find NPR ONE at your app store and get started today. Hello and welcome to Car Talk from National Public Radio with us, Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers. And we're broadcasting this week from the Department of Civility here at Car Talk Plaza. Yeah. Read the letter, will you jerk?
Well, it's more than civility, actually. This is from Tom Burke, Bourque.
Bork, I would say.
Bork.
Yeah.
Dear Whoozits.
Rhymes with jork.
Dear Whoozits, I've just read a bunch of letters sent to you guys, and I noticed that almost without exception, the letter writers insulted you. You noticed that. I think that is mighty rude of them, so I'd like to address a few words to those mean-spirited letter writers. Dear mean-spirited letter writers, just because it's true, do you tell your spouse that he or she is fat and ugly? Just because it's true, do you tell your boss that he's a moron? Just because it's true, do you look at yourself in the mirror and say you must be the most pathetic, worthless human being on the planet? Of course not.
Right.
So why pick on Tom and Ray?
Right.
Right. Just because they are in no position to poison your pancakes, downsize your job out of existence, or force you to commit suicide is no reason to be rude to these ridiculous idiots. Backhanded here. They deserve to be treated with the same silent contempt as judges and police officers. Save your cruel remarks for those who asked for it. Politicians. Tom and Ray may be stupid and obnoxious, but that is no reason to throw it in their faces. How about a little civility? There, I feel better.
Well, that's very, very kind words.
Thank you, Tom. You're a sweet, sweet man.
Yes, and compassionate and understanding and empathetic.
And a real jerk.
Look,
let me get that part again. Get this. Tom and Ray may be stupid and obnoxious.
He didn't say are. Maybe.
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 That's the best we've ever gotten.
Maybe.
You may be a moron.
Well, it introduces an element of doubt. I feel honored.
That's like the review we got.
I feel warm and fuzzy now.
Our little bluegrass band played at a benefit one time, and we're not the most accomplished musicians. But
we're not.
No, we're not. But the review we got in the newspaper was that we, quote, weren't half bad. We were thrilled. We thought we were all bad.
I framed that. I have it up on my wall.
So do I.
Not half bad.
Not half bad. He called me up right away. Did you read that?
So I think we have made great strides in the last few years. At least we all start at the same time, and we end at the same time. What goes on in the middle is still up for grabs, but you have to take one step at a time.
Take one step at a time. Yeah.
And if you have a question about your car, we'll take one step at a time in trying to solve it. Our number is 1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah.
Who's this?
This is Dave from Westover.
Westover what?
Westover, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Okay, I got an 81 Jeep J10 pickup truck.
Yeah.
I noticed that the front wheel bearing was grinding. I jacked it up. I tried to get the hub off. I took off all the thousands of bolts and little rings and all inside there, and I can't get the rotor off.
Yeah, because it's rusted.
I tried everything. I even put a torch to it, and the thing caught on fire. But I got the fire out, and it's been sitting up on blocks now for the last 2 weeks.
You didn't use a hammer.
Oh, I put the tire. Some guy told me down the road, he said, put the tire on and beat the tire with the hammer, with a sledgehammer. Well, I beat the tire with a sledgehammer. Of course, if you don't hit the rim and hit the tire, the sledgehammer is going to come back at you.
Yeah, you got a lot of lumps in your forehead that way. No, you're best off hitting the disc rotor directly.
But it has a shield behind it, except for in one little spot.
Well, you can bend that shield out of the way. That's just a mud shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in fact.
You want to give that a couple of belts.
Okay.
Now, you say when you heated it up with a torch, what kind of a torch
Oh,
you
it was
use?
just a little plumber's torch. You know,
Oh, yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah.
You need oxyacetylene.
Oh, well, I don't have one of them yet.
Well, I know, but...
Someone does.
But think of the opportunity here. You're going to get a chance to buy yourself a new piece of equipment.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody would trust me with one of them.
Yeah, because you need some real heat here.
Okay.
And a little propane torch is not going to give it.
No, the fact of the matter is that you've got to break the rust bond, and the way you do that is by heating up one piece in relation to the piece that it's bonded to.
Right.
And when you
the expansion breaks the rust.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And with the problem with using a little hobby, a little propane torch,
Right.
is that this thing is such a great heat sink that it's sucking up the heat faster than you can put it out. And
So it never really heats up.
You want this thing to get cherry red.
Red.
Right.
Yeah, man.
And then when you hit it, it'll fall right off.
Okay.
And don't is the thing parked near the house?
Well, I have a farm, and it's up on the hill a little bit. I use it for the farm, and
Oh.
Well, make sure the wind is blowing in the right direction when the thing catches fire, because you don't want to spread the fire toward your house. You want it to go toward the fields.
well,
But I would first use a good-sized sledgehammer
right.
and whack the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, then you're going to have to find someone who's got an oxyacetylene torch.
Okay, I think the guy down the road's got one.
But you would be amazed at how well products like liquid wrench work if given enough time to penetrate.
Oh, I've used that. I've used the other. There's all the other stuff on the market, everything, and it's on there. Believe me.
Well, I would spray the stuff on there, and you may find out that some morning you'll just walk out and the rotor will be lying there on the ground.
Yeah,
It'll just
right.
have fallen off by itself.
Well, I'll be praising God and you guys if that happens, because I'll tell you what, this has been a nightmare, because I use the truck every day. I did anyway, not now, but...
No, but you need to... Well, the alternative is that you get the thing into town and have somebody at a gas station heat this thing up and beat on it for you.
Yeah, well, nobody in my area wants to work on the front end of an old truck.
You may have to get it to a Jeep dealer and find some mechanic there that has only 3 or 4 teeth left. He'll be old enough to work on it.
Yeah, maybe Pittsburgh. Maybe that's the area I have to go. I don't know.
But you'll get this thing off, and don't be afraid to hit it, and bend that dust shield out of the way.
Well, that was my whole problem. I was scared to hit it because I heard all these stories. My dad called up from Jersey and says, "Oh, you're going to crack the rotor. You're going to crack the rotor."
Well, you may end up replacing the rotor, but they're cheap enough.
But that's fine. I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it comes off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it doesn't come off, you're dead in the water.
Absolutely. I've been that way. Yes.
Yeah, and pretty soon they're going to have 4 feet of snow out there, so you better do something soon. See you, Dave.
Thanks a lot. Okay, bye-bye.
1-888-CAR Talk. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, guys. How are you? This is Vanessa Nagel calling from Middletown, Connecticut.
Hi, Vanessa.
Middletown, Connecticut. How well I know it.
How's that?
I went to Wesleyan University.
That's right next door.
Well, for an hour.
Are you a student, Vanessa?
No, I'm not a student.
Okay.
Nope. I've done my share of studying. I'm done.
Good for you.
You're done. Well, you sound youthful.
Then why are you in Middletown, Connecticut, which according to people I know has nothing? Yeah, I mean, did you move there from somewhere else?
I moved there from Manchester, Connecticut.
Oh, that explains a lot. Okay.
Okay, I give up. What's up, Vanessa?
Well, I'm calling about my beloved 93 Pontiac Sunbird.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, when I am shifting into a new gear, when it's at the low RPMs of the new gear, right when I shift in, there's
Yes.
a rattle, and it does like a high-pitched rattle, kind of like that.
Is it a tinny rattle? Like, does it sound like a...
A paper clip in a coffee can rattling around.
Kind
like
of,
that.
yes. Yes. And it's
Okay,
again, it
yeah.
doesn't continue. It's for like a second or two at the most.
And I bet you, if you checked, you would find it at the same RPM whether you were in second gear, third gear, fourth gear.
Yes.
So if we're occurring at like 2,900 RPM,
Yes.
yeah.
Are you sure of that answer, Vanessa? Because that puts us on a completely
No.
different tack.
Not me.
Well,
Not me,
not you,
baby.
but me, baby.
Not me. Well, I don't have any idea what it is, so it isn't putting me on a different track. No. Without exaggeration, we've answered this question 25,000 times. You have a loose heat shield
A heat shield. Okay.
on your exhaust system.
Aha.
It's possible that one of the heat shield welds is broken, and what you're hearing when you hit a certain RPM is what's called a sympathetic vibration.
Okay.
and this thing is going, and then if you give it more gas or less gas, it goes away immediately.
Correct.
If the vibration had any sympathy, it would stop doing this.
It would. But you're going to have to make it stop by taking it into your shop
Okay.
and take the person around for a ride
Okay.
and make it make the noise, and they'll know immediately what it is.
If it happens that you discover that it's not true that what you just said to my brother, that it happens at the same RPM every time.
You think she'd lie?
She said she thought so. But I'm sure that she never really consciously thought of it before. If you find out that it's happening at different RPMs,
Sure.
depending on what gear you're in, it's possible that your timing is off.
Oh. Okay.
And I would ask you to try climbing a hill with the car, but there aren't any hills anywhere near Middletown that I know of.
Yes, there are. So I live on a hill.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Do you notice that it's worse coming up the hill?
I can't say that. I'll have to check.
You have to. Oh.
She can't say that, but you notice she did say
She did
it
say,
occurred
yeah.
at the same RPM, no matter what gear she was in.
In which case, my brother is right, and it's the heat shield.
All right.
See you, Vanessa.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for
Okay,
your call.
bye-bye.
1-888-CAR-TALK, as I said earlier, 888-278-2555.
I got it.
Or 25-5, so I don't confuse anyone. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, this is Justin.
Justin.
Where you from?
I'm from Boca Raton, Florida.
Hey, what's up?
I have a 71 Super Beetle.
Jeez. You know, we get all these calls from Florida.
It's a nice car. She's pink. Her name's Marilyn.
Yeah?
And there's a long story behind that, but there's only one problem with her. A couple months ago, I picked up I lost.
No, we don't want to know anything about your love life. Just tell us about the car.
And then I lost third and fourth gear. And
Really?
Obviously, I needed a transmission.
Mm-hmm.
So I hopped down to this place nearby, and they're a real mom and pop place, and they're real reliable, and all they do is Volkswagens, old Volkswagens. It's a graveyard of sorts. And I picked up a transmission, and I put her in myself, and it was a pain and a half, but I got it in. And there's only one problem with it now. It runs fine. All the gears are real smooth. I put new transmission oil in and everything. And when I put her on the road, and when I get her in the third gear, it's just a little whining. It's not really a whining. It's like a squeaking sound. It's like sort of like that, like a mouse. If I didn't know better, I think it was a mouse. But
And it happens.
It's in third gear and at the low RPMs of fourth, and then it escapes. And there's you can't tell when you're in the car except for the squeaking noise. It doesn't.
Yeah.
But I would like to know if that's any impending doom.
My guess would be that when you put the engine back in, you didn't tighten everything up.
On purpose, you mean?
And what you're hearing is the engine sloshing around back there. Because, I mean, the fact that it happens in third gear, I'll bet you it happens in third gear, say in fourth gear. Once you get up to high speed in fourth gear on a flat road, I'll bet you the noise goes away.
Yeah. As a matter
What does that mean, I wonder? Because what's happening is when you're in a low torque situation, when you're asking the engine to do more than it can do, which is when you just shift into fourth or third, then what's happening is the engine is basically shaking.
Okay.
And what you're hearing is shaking. So that would make me believe that you didn't put everything back together as tightly as it was when you took it apart.
Unlikely, but possible. But why wouldn't that happen? Why wouldn't that affect second gear then?
Because second gear's got so much power. First and second gears have so much power that you're not asking the engine to do what it can't do.
Eureka!
This sounds like BS to me.
Okay, but impending doom is not on my horizon.
I don't think it's impending doom, no.
Now-
I don't think it has anything to do with the transmission.
Okay.
Now, wait a minute. The voice of reason hasn't spoken yet.
Yeah, come on, beat that. Let me see you beat that theory.
Well, I don't...
The truth is, I've heard this noise on Beetles all the time.
I'm sorry, where'd that go?
It's either the noise from the engine. It goes like either it's that or it's people next to you laughing at you for driving such a stupid car.
Now, wait a minute, Justin. Now, the noise, if you're driving along in third and you hear the noise, it's a regular cyclical noise. That is, it increases in frequency as you increase your vehicle speed.
No, it does not.
It does not. It is not.
He didn't want that answer. He didn't want that answer, Justin.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. it is not a cyclical noise. So in other words, it doesn't correspond to some numbers of revolutions. There isn't a proportion between the number of revolutions of the wheel and the number of the frequency of this noise.
Or inversely proportional.
It's not proportional at all.
It's just it's a steady figure 1 or 2 a second. It's just
Right. No matter how fast you're going.
just like that. Yeah.
Here's what you do, Justin.
Okay.
Start up the engine and get back there with a screwdriver and start lowering the idle speed.
Okay.
Get it down so it's idling, if it will idle, at 500 RPM or less.
It will.
So it's just barely running. The noise will occur because the engine will be shaking like it is when you're in third and fourth gear. And you'll be right there and you'll hear it coming right out from that big fan shroud, and you'll be able to put your nose right near it and say, uh-huh, I didn't tighten that bolt, and that'll be the end of it.
Did you take the engine and transaxle out all at once?
They weren't attached. I took one out and then the other out.
You took the engine out first?
Yes.
Right, and then you took and then you put them back in that order.
Right, correct.
Hopefully.
Right. Reverse order.
Reverse order, right.
Well, I'm going to guess maybe my brother's right. I hate
Whoa,
to admit
my
this.
God.
I hope no one's listening. If you're listening, turn off your radio. But he may be right. It may be the fan hitting the shroud that's even making the noise.
All right.
If it isn't, then it's impending doom, and the transmission is going to spill its guts on the highway.
But if you turn the idle way down, you will simulate the condition, and you'll hear it.
And you did this when you were putting the motor back in. You were pushing the engine, trying to get it back in, right?
I thought I did a really good job.
No, you probably didn't.
No,
Yeah, but maybe you did.
well, we'll find out soon.
Well, if something falls out,
Impending doom.
call the legal.
It is not impending doom. Squeaks are rarely impending doom.
You didn't have did you have the axles out, the wheels end of the axles?
No, I should.
Nah.
Okay, I was just checking.
Okay.
Don't worry, you're going to find it, and you're gonna send us a thank you on the back of a $20 bill. I'm sure you will do that.
Yeah, which is all he's going to get for the car when he junks it. See you later, Justin.
Maybe in the future. Thanks a lot.
Good luck.
Bye-bye. Now, before we give the answer to last week's puzzle, we have to take a short break. Do you know why?
Yeah, so you can figure out the answer.
That's
that it?
right. We'll be back in a minute.
I remember Sunday driving in my grandpa's car. Old songs on the radio, the smell of his cigar. Everybody'd honk at him because he'd drive so slow. Well, he'd just laugh and tell me, kid, here's something you should know. They're all jerks when you're out here on your own. Just assume that everybody else is half asleep or stoned. They're all jerks. Not a one knows how to drive, so you gotta pay attention to make it home alive. I'll give you my philosophy, I guarantee it works. Repeat it after me, kid, they're all jerks.
And even though Fyodor Dostoevsky wishes he had called it the Cousins Karamazov whenever he hears us say it, this is NPR.
Support for this podcast and the following message come from Care.com, who wants you to know that if you paid $2,000 or more a year for a nanny, then you're responsible for nanny taxes. Care.com/homepay is a comprehensive resource for busy families that can handle all of your employer payroll obligations, from setting up automatic payments to preparing tax returns. Go to care.com/homepay to learn more and get a free consultation.
Thanks for tolerating another year of Car Talk. Now, our show wouldn't be possible without your local public radio station, but don't hold that against them. They also bring you lots of good shows, and they could use your help before the end of the year. You can find your station at stations.npr.org, and then it'll take you just a minute to contribute a few bucks. Tell them Car Talk sent you. Or you're donating despite Car Talk. But thanks. Hi, we're back. You're listening to Car Talk with us, Click and Clack, the Tappert brothers, and we're here to talk about cars, car repair, and the answer to last week's puzzler. And this was from my Prisoner and Hat series of puzzles, and it was sent in by someone named David Young. I think he must have stolen it from Klink and Hoosgow magazine. But anyway, here it is. It's Christmas Day, and the warden calls 3 prisoners into his office, and he tells them, in honor of the holiday, one of you is going to have a chance to get out of here, other than the traditional way of tunneling. And here's the deal. I'm going to line you up single file and blindfold you. And after I blindfold you, I'm going to put hats on your heads. And I have in my possession here 3 white hats and 2 black hats. Got it? 3 white, 2 black, but I'm only going to use 3 of them, obviously. So each of you is going to be wearing either a black hat or a white hat. And the first person to guess what color hat he has on gets released. Of course, bear in mind, if you guess wrong, you get thrown into solitary confinement for the next year, and you'll be listening to an endless loop of car talk. So nobody's going to guess unless they know for sure. So he lines them up, blindfolds them, and puts a hat on each of them. And then he removes the blindfold. Since they're in a line, the guy in the back can see the 2 people in front of him.
And their hats.
And, of course, the hats. And the fellow in the middle can see just the one in front of him, and the guy in front can see nobody. So the warden says to the fellow in the back, the last guy, we'll call him prisoner number 3, "Can you tell me what color your hat is?" The fellow in the back says nothing. He doesn't know. The fellow in the middle, we'll call him prisoner number 2, is asked the same question. "Can you tell me what color your hat is?" He, too, is unable to answer. The guy in the very front, who can see no hats, he's staring at the wall, don't forget. He says, "I know what color hat I'm wearing."
Of course he knows.
What color was his hat, and how did he know?
It was white.
Yeah,
and he knew because the other 2 guys didn't know.
That's right. If prisoner number 3 had seen 2 black hats,
he'd know his was white.
He'd know his was white because there were only 2 black hats available to the warden. And because he said nothing, he must have seen either 2 white hats or a black and a white.
Exactly.
If prisoner number 2 had seen a black hat in front of him, he would have known that, in fact, he was wearing a white hat.
Exactly.
Because if he had a black hat on, then the guy at the very back...
Prisoner number 3 would have known that he had a white one.
And because he didn't say anything, and prisoner number 2 didn't say anything, then prisoner number 1, who could see nothing, knew he had a white hat. And he was going to be home for Christmas. So who's our winner?
I think that was a wonderful puzzler, especially since I figured it out while you were saying it.
Oh, yeah, Dougie figured it out, too. That was the only thing that made me worry.
The winner this week is Charlie Brown. Charles Brown from Brookville, Pennsylvania. And for having his answers selected at random from among all those correct answers that we got, too. Charlie is going to get from us a $26 gift certificate to the Shameless Commerce Division at cartalk.com, where he can get our new CD called Maternal Combustion, Calls About Mums and Cars. And Charlie, if we're out of them, don't worry, because in a couple of days they'll be piled up to the ceiling in the returns department.
Anyway, we have a brand new, I would have to say, barely automotive puzzler coming up in the third half of today's show, one that anyone could do. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, you can call us and ask us questions about your car.
About anything.
And the number is 1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hello, this is Kathy from Old Lyme, Connecticut.
Hi, Kathy from Old
Kathy with
Lyme.
a C.
With a what?
C.
No.
Old Lyme?
Lyme with
a K?
With a Y.
It's yes, Lyme with a Y, Kathy with a K.
No kidding.
Yes.
So what's up, Kathy?
Well, I have a 96 Dodge Stratus, and this fall, after I had driven it, maybe 25, 30 miles, the exhaust started smelling like burnt popcorn.
That's a new one, burnt popcorn.
Well, it took us a while to try to figure out what it smelled like, and I've got 2 adolescent sons, and we hemmed and hawed and finally figured out, closest we could come up with was burnt popcorn.
Yeah.
And it's definitely coming from the exhaust.
Out the tailpipe.
The tailpipe, right.
Burnt popcorn, huh?
Well,
wow.
I'm wondering if it might be I don't drive very far on a very regular basis. I work within a mile or 2 of where I live, so I do a lot of short little trips.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I
That's
believe.
That's got nothing to do with it.
No, because I was wondering if I was developing a primordial soup in my mouth.
You may be, but I think the smell is not really coming from your muffler. Or coming out the tailpipe, but it is coming from the engine compartment.
You think so?
And I think the most likely thing to make a smell like this is a very small oil leak. And somehow or another, the oil is dripping onto your exhaust system, and when it's vaporized, it makes this smell.
Yeah, and it's very unlikely that something coming out the tailpipe would smell of burnt popcorn. Now, you have a couple of teenagers?
Actually, 1 teenager and a 12-year-old.
Close enough. you get them to go walking around the car, sticking their nose up that tailpipe, and see.
Asphyxiate them good here.
No, they'll be all right. And
After you revive them.
And I'll bet you they'll find that the smell is not, in fact, coming from the tailpipe, but is coming from under the hood.
You could alternatively, instead of exposing your children to carcinogens,
I could do it to my husband, right?
Yeah, sure. Let your husband do it.
you could take it to the dealer and ask them to put it on the lift and look for an oil leak. And I bet you they're going to find something like your oil pressure switch is leaking or the valve-covered gasket is leaking.
Okay.
See you, Kathy.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
This is Dave. I'm up in Hanover, Massachusetts.
Dave, Hanover.
Where's that?
About 20 minutes south of Boston.
Oh, that's like down the Cape, sort of.
Yeah, about halfway.
I've never been. Is it exciting?
No, it's kind of a quiet little sleepy town.
Yeah.
Little suburb.
So what's on your mind, Dave?
Well, I have an 89 Volkswagen Golf that I've had for about 3 years now. It's got about 130,000 miles on it. Every once in a while, it starts to click as you're driving it. And then when you're driving along, it all of a sudden the whole front end will start to shake, like the car is about to shake apart.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, but it doesn't do it all the time. And I have no idea what makes it do it and what doesn't make it do it. And I've brought it to a mechanic, and they had no idea what it was.
Is the clicking in step with the rotation of the wheels?
It sounds like it.
And it would stop if you stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you took off again, you'd begin to get clicks, more or less in step with the speed of the wheels.
Yes.
wow.
And it's accompanied by a vibration.
Yes.
This sounds dangerous, Dave.
Yeah, I was going to say I have to preface everything my brother is going to tell you by saying that whenever you have vibrations in the front end, it's probably something dangerous, or at least you should assume that it's something dangerous.
It feels dangerous.
So you've
Yeah,
had
sure
people
it
look
is.
at this.
I have had people look at it. And they replaced something, and it stopped for about a week and a half, and then it started again.
Ooh.
Had it ever gone a week and a half without doing it before?
Oh, yeah, it goes for like 2 weeks without doing it. And then all of a
So
sudden
they
it'll
may
start-
not have done diddly when they replaced whatever they replaced.
Yeah?
Well, I think I know what it is.
Do you really?
I think.
Okay.
I think what you have, Dave, is
Yeah.
a bad constant velocity joint, which would account for the clicking and also account for the shaking. Because what's happening is one of the
seizing up?
balls in there must be broken. The constant velocity joint has, in this car, I think, 6 ball bearings
Okay.
that are embedded in a cage that fit into, and there's a male part of the joint and a female. And
See,
these-
what you're missing, Dave, is my brother's hands.
What?
See, as he's talking to you, he's making little shapes and he's pushing things together.
Well, I have to do that to explain it to myself. The first step is making sure I know how it works. In any event, one of these little ball bearings, which are about a half an inch in diameter, has probably broken and probably occasionally jams itself so
this
that
is good.
it inhibits the free movement of the outer part of the Zeppa joint.
Okay.
And when that happens, it actually, as it turns, whenever it comes to this bad ball and it can't flex, it momentarily slows that wheel down.
All right.
And then as soon as it passes, it speeds it up. And it would be the equivalent of you're driving the car and having somebody apply the brake for just a split second
To the right-hand wheel.
to the right or the left front wheel.
Okay.
And when that happens, the car is going to shake violently.
All right.
And then the ball either gets chewed up some more or gets moved around, and the noise goes away, and so does the shaking.
See, now this is the time, Dave, when you're supposed to say, well, they just replaced all the CV joints in the car.
Well, I had a hint that they hadn't.
No, they hadn't, because it would have cost more money and he wouldn't have forgot.
What did they replace?
I think they replaced the rotors, actually.
Yeah, well, that would have been a good start, but
But you guys think it's one of these...
Well, we start with stuff like that, too, because we want to make sure we have the customer coming back until we finally get it. You know?
yeah, no, I have to say that I think my brother's analysis of this situation is quite brilliant.
It explains everything.
It explains everything. It's absolutely perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And as you know, I don't let him get away with much.
Oh, I know. It is a pain in the butt. But
this
ask
is
them,
good.
ask
I'd
them
bet money on
to replace one of the axles. Put a rebuilt one or a used one in there.
Okay.
And then drive the car. They may even, when they take the axles out, be able to figure out if they strip off the boots, which joint is bad.
I think they will.
All right. And how much will that cost, do you guys think?
Hundreds.
100?
Golf, $212.85. That includes the tax and tip.
And licensing fees. See you, Dave.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Good luck.
1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 1-888-227-8255. 8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
This is Carla, and I'm calling from Homer, Alaska.
What's happening?
I have a 1978 Toyota pickup truck.
Uh-huh.
Well, I bought it in October, and I've had several things happen to it. But last time I drove it, I could drive it with a full tank of gas only. If it got down anywhere below a full tank of gas, I couldn't drive uphill with it. I'd have to turn around and drive up backwards.
So you would actually back up the hills?
Uh-huh. I mean, it would go uphill frontward all the time, or the normal direction, until I started putting weight in the back of the truck, and I put a grater blade in for traction.
Do all the wackos move to Alaska?
No.
I mean, were you born in Alaska, or did you?
Oh,
no.
No, I was exiled here.
Is this some kind of punishment? Were you bad in parochial school or something? Did the nuns send you there?
Alaska, 1 year.
Oh, it's well.
Oh, gosh, no, it's been 18.
18.
Yeah.
All right, I hate to pry, but what the hell are you doing there?
Oh, I think my parents are still wondering that same question.
They're there too?
No.
They're not there.
They're in California, right?
No, they're in Washington.
Washington.
Uh-huh.
So what? Again, like I say, I hate to pry, but why did you move there? And what? Give us a day in the life of Carla from Homer.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Well, you went there seeking adventure, huh?
I did.
You could have told us you were from San Diego, and we wouldn't have asked you any of these questions, but you divulged you were from Homer, and now you're going to have to spill your guts.
Oh, it was an accident. I was on my way. I was actually moving out of my hometown which is eastern Washington, to the west coast of Washington State.
Yeah.
And I detoured.
You got lost.
With,
so you...
with a friend, and it didn't look that far on the map, so we drove here.
Male or female friend?
Male.
Male friend, yeah.
Yeah, he ditched you, right? He's gone.
No, she ditched him.
Gone.
Yeah, he's long gone.
Right,
One winter was enough to get him out of there. What are you, crazy?
But you liked it.
I liked it. I used to like it a lot better. I like it. I would like it better if I was gone out of here for a month or so.
Are you ready to come home now, Carla?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to go
Would you like
home.
us to help you fix your truck so you can drive home?
Will you promise that you'll drive home if we tell you how to fix the truck?
And stay home?
My mother would be so happy to hear this.
I mean, how long will it take to get to see Mom? Like 20 hours?
Oh, if I drive straight, well, let's see. If I drive straight
Figure
through,
on 3 breakdowns.
No. I mean, if you drive straight through, you can
if
meet.
I can drive in forward straight through, I could get there in 3 days. But if I have to drive in reverse, it'll take me at least
You can
a week.
meet Sergeant Preston in Dawson.
3 days?
3 days. That's, I think, how much time it took last time. But,
Wow.
we stopped and
All right.
ate and slept a little bit.
All right, let's get to work then.
Okay.
What was the problem?
Won't climb a hill in forward gear.
Won't
It
climb
won't
a hill
climb
in forward gear.
Unless the gas tank is full. And the reason it won't climb the hill is that your fuel pump is probably not working anymore. Now, you can tell us you put a new fuel pump in, but I know you didn't.
No, are you kidding?
Your fuel pump is not sucking the gas out of the tank, and by driving the thing up the hill backwards, you're relying on gravity to convey the fuel from the tank to the carburetor.
Well, makes sense.
But when you go the other way, you've got to actually pull the gas uphill along with the truck.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Right, because the tank is where? Behind you.
Behind me.
And the fuel pump can't do it. I mean, you could have a busted fuel line, too. You could have a rupture or even a pinhole in the line between the pump and the tank, and that would accomplish the same thing. It would give you inadequate fuel supply.
Do you have a halfway decent mechanic?
I am a halfway decent
You
mechanic.
are? Okay.
You are she.
You're it. All right. So you're going to just go out and you're going to buy yourself a fuel pump and you're going to put it in yourself.
Yes.
All right. So you never gave us a day in the life of Carla from home. I mean, do you have a job?
Yeah, I do it. Not a real job. Not this time of year. I work in the summertime. I work for the Department of Fish and Game.
That's only 2 days. What do you do the rest of the day?
Work on my truck. No.
Well, Carla, I've got to tell you.
What?
You have got to move back to civilization. You are depriving humanity of what sounds like a very wonderful person.
Yeah.
So it's been a pleasure talking to you, and you should move back to civilization where everyone else can enjoy your company, too.
Yeah.
Hey, well, thank you.
Because I wouldn't mind having coffee with you, kid.
Oh, well, you don't have any other brothers, do you?
Yeah, I got one.
Me too.
I got one brother, and his wife would be more than happy to get rid of him. No, we can have coffee. We don't have to have
Doesn't have to be amorous.
Come on. We can just have coffee.
Yeah, you've been up there too long. Lighten up, will you?
Oh, Carla. Try to find a warm place and do this job
Soon.
as soon as you can. And give me a call when you get to Washington.
Okay.
We'll meet you for coffee.
Good luck.
See you, Carl. And call your mother.
Oh, I will.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
My God.
Well, I mean, I had to ask. I mean, I knew it wasn't polite.
I mean, you have to ask, what the hell is she doing up
I
there?
mean, come on. I mean, the
No.
spirit of adventure does overtake you. I mean, I've got to admit that if I were in a truck and I were in the state of Washington.
And you were 16 years old,
I'd
and
be
someone said
tempted.
it's only 3 days to Alaska, hang a right, you
what
do it.
What an adventure.
Sure.
For a week.
But to forget to come back? I mean, come on.
All right, it's time to take another short break.
And we'll be back with news, weather, and the cricket scores right after this brief message.
She always laughs about the cars she used to drive. Pretends they're older than they were. She never crashed them, so to this day they survive. And she reclines upon her fur.
And even though cardiologists everywhere say, oh, pass the trans fat whenever they hear us say it, this is NPR.
Thanks for listening to Car Talk. Now, it's a great time to catch up on some good shows. You can check out new seasons of Embedded, How I Built This, Invisibilia, Code Switch. I mean, they make great listening during holiday travel. Listen anytime at npr.org/podcast and on the NPR One app. Ha! We're back listening to Car Talk with us, Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers, and we're here to discuss cars, car repair, and the new Barely Automotive Puzzler.
Yeah, I can hardly wait.
Pay attention now.
Okay, I'm going to close my eyes and meditate on this. Go ahead.
A woman and her husband decide to go shopping one Saturday for a used car. Mm-hmm. This is the automotive part of the puzzler. So they go to the neighborhood used car dealer, and a young man is showing them around the parking lot. You know, he's showing them various cars, and they don't seem to be really excited about any one of them. And finally, he says, "Oh, how could I have forgotten this one? I have just the car for you. I know you're going to love it." And he takes them over to this late model Japanese car, and he says, "You're not going to believe this," he said, "but this car belonged to my 4th grade teacher, Miss Johnson. And it's a wonderful car, and she treated it very well, had all the service done here. And interestingly, she never left town with the car. All she ever did with the car was she drove from home to school and back, and on Sundays she went to church and never used the car on Saturday." And they look over the car, and it looks magnificent. And so the woman asks the obvious question, "Well, why did Miss Johnson sell the car?" And he says, "Well, you know, as luck would have it, she was called out of town on very short notice to care for a sick relative in the Midwest someplace. So she came in here last week and sold us the car. And, of course, it's your good fortune that it's here. But this is a wonderful car." So the woman gets in behind the wheel and starts up the engine. It sounds fine. And the husband sits in the passenger seat. And they fiddle with she fiddles with the controls on the dashboard, tries the wipers, blows the horn, looks around the car. And the husband says, "Geez, hon, I think we ought to get it. And it's such a cute color, too." And she says, as she turns off the key,
She says, "I don't think so.
"I don't think so.
I could see it coming."
He's lying to us." And the question is, how did she know? And the answer is not that the salesman was moving his lips.
Wow. I love it.
Now, if you think you know the answer, write it on the back of a $20 bill or a half-eaten apple. Or any half-eaten fruit. And send it to us.
But pears don't hold up.
They don't mail well.
They don't mail
You know why?
well.
The stamps,
Apples
the
do.
stamps don't stick on them.
That's right. But apples are good.
Puzzler Tower, Car Talk Plaza, Box 3500, Harvard Square, Cambridge.
Our fair city.
Matt 02238, or you can email your answer from cartalk.com. If you'd like to call us, the number is 1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-2278-255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi, my name's Eddie. I'm from Tilton, New Hampshire.
Tiltin, like the Tilton Hilton?
No, like Tilton.
Oh, okay.
And what I have is a 1985 Ford F-150 pickup.
You didn't have to tell us you had a pickup. You said you were from New Hampshire. All you had to say is Ford, and we'd have known.
Oh, okay. Well, it will start and run fine. And then the next day I get in it, and I turn the key, and I get nothing. I mean, I'm lucky to get a battery light sign come on, or it's like the battery's gone.
Yeah.
I checked the battery, and it wasn't in the greatest of shape, and I put a new battery in, and the same thing. It would start and run fine, and a couple days later, nothing. So I cleaned all the terminals, the hookups, as far as I could find, to the starter, to the ground, to the solenoid. I even took the solenoid out and had that tested, and a mechanic told me that it was good, and I put it back in and cleaned those terminals and the ground to the firewall and all, and put that back in, and again, it wouldn't start.
You turn the key and nothing happens.
That's right.
But sometimes the lights on the dash light up.
Just one light, the brake light.
Does anything else work? Have you tried the wipers, the lights, the radio?
They all work.
And then how do you get it started when that happens?
I jump it from the positive terminal of the battery to the positive side of the solenoid with a jumper cable. And it turns right over and starts up.
Okay, so we know that the battery's good.
Oh, so the battery's fine.
The starter is good.
Yep.
We know the alternator's good.
And that's why you replace the solenoid. Good thinking, Fast Eddie.
This is an automatic transmission truck?
Yes, it is.
Ha! How did I know that?
I know how you knew that.
How did you know that?
Let me just make sure that it doesn't click. It doesn't do anything.
Well, when I had the older battery in there and I would start it, the solenoid starter would click away, and then it would start.
Okay, yeah. But now when it doesn't start, you hear nothing. Is that true?
True.
Then my brother's right.
You have an automatic transmission.
You have an automatic transmission.
Well, what all automatic transmissions have is something called a neutral safety switch.
Neutral lockout on the column.
Which prevents you from starting the car in any gear other than park or neutral.
Yes.
Except yours has a unique feature. It's preventing you from starting it, period.
Have you ever put it into neutral to try to start it?
And jiggled the shifter?
It gets locked.
No, but when you turn the key to the on position, it's unlocked. And then you should be able to move the shifter to neutral.
Into neutral.
Into neutral.
And then try it, and I've done that, and I still get nothing.
Did you bang the dashboard? Did you kick the seats?
No, I've been very nice to this truck. I have not kicked it.
It sounds like a classic case of a neutral safety switch because you're simply not getting juice from the battery to the starter. The solenoid was a possibility, a good possibility, but if you replace that and it's still doing the same thing.
But you jump it and you tested it.
Right.
Yes.
What you've got to determine now is when you turn the key to the crank position, if juice is getting to the skinny wire on the solenoid, if the solenoid's getting energized.
Because it's either, in this case, the neutral safety switch or the ignition switch itself.
Okay.
But it's the neutral safety switch, I believe.
But if I get power to the solenoid, to that thin wire...
When you're in the crank mode, then
when I have the key turned over,
that means it's not the ignition switch,
and it's not the neutral safety switch. And in that case, it's the solenoid.
It's the solenoid.
Yeah, the solenoid only costs $7. You might as well try one of those first.
All right, maybe.
Or if you really trust yourself, you can bypass the neutral safety switch.
No.
But it's a very dangerous thing to do.
But in New Hampshire, you'll find anyone to do that for you. I shouldn't have said that. That was cruel and unwarranted.
Cruel. It wasn't unwarranted, but it was cruel.
See you, Eddie.
Okay, guys.
Hey, good luck, Eddie.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-2278-255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, this is Mary DiPaolo calling you from picturesque Northville, Michigan.
Hi, Mary.
Northville?
Yes.
Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
What is Northville near?
Ann Arbor.
Okay.
Picturesque Northville, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
How nice.
Yes.
So what's up?
I'd like to preface what I'm about to ask you by asking you both if you are familiar with the movie Gaslight.
Of course. Charles Boyer, Ingrid Bergman, and was it Paul Henri?
I just know Charles Boyer. For those who haven't seen the movie, Gaslight is about this woman who thinks she's going crazy because the lights keep going off and on in her house. Actually, it's not lights, it's old-time...
Gas lights.
Gas lights. And it's her husband who's up in the attic.
Wow. Looking for hidden money.
Yeah, and he keeps turning things up and down. Who knows what he's doing?
Lighting the light in the attic. And when he does that, the lights in the bedroom go dim, and he convinces her that she's going wacko.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets the money and he runs away with
So,
the
yes,
sweet young,
we do. Yeah, who did he run off with? Cher?
I think so.
Charles Boyer and Cher.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, we are familiar with gaslight.
Good. Well, this
is your
what
husband
my
pulling one of these on you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
The answer is unequivocally yes.
Give us the details.
I'm telling you, this man is something else. He doesn't want me to identify the company that he works for.
Okay.
But let's just say that I've had 6 Mustangs in as many years because of his position.
Okay, gotcha.
So he is constantly berating me relative to the way that I drive, park, and deal with the Mustangs.
Yeah.
And so the latest altercation involved the compost.
Yeah.
You know, we have an opportunity to get free compost once a month up and through the month of November, and I asked him the night before the compost was due to be delivered, can I borrow the truck? Sure, no problem. But of course, you know, he went to work in the truck that morning.
Yeah.
So I remember the compost was there. I saw it on the way to the grocery store and thought, oh, there's a compost. I got to get it. Well, not having any buckets or other large containers in the car
filled up
with
the
me.
back seat.
No, the trunk.
The trunk.
The trunk.
Yeah.
Now, 6 weeks, whatever it's been later, because I had to go to New York and, you know, I travel around this and that. He's getting very nervous, and he's saying, you got to get the compost out of the trunk or you're going to ruin it.
It's still in the trunk?
Yeah.
Okay.
How is it going to ruin it?
Doesn't it, like, smell bad?
No.
Is it
nice
packaged
compost.
somehow, or is it loose compost?
Loose.
Loose.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how are you going to get it out of there?
Shovel.
Yeah, and when you get down to the little crumbs and stuff on the bottom, you're going to just, like, sweep it up and then vacuum it?
No, I thought, is there a hole in the trunk that you can just put it through the hole? And
Well, not yet, but I got a feeling there will be.
Well, there might be a hole where the spare tire is.
Oh, there almost always is a drain hole if it has a spare tire well.
Okay, good, because that's what I'll do.
Then you're going to just, like, sweep it into that little well and
And you
push it
can
through.
remove the carpet from the trunk.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Which will never be the same.
Well, okay, now why is that?
Well,
because you got rotting garbage sitting on it.
Well, I don't agree. I mean, it's dirt.
Right.
If you took a shovel full of dirt out of your backyard and threw it in your trunk, you could leave it there probably forever.
Thank you.
In fact, you could look at the trunk of my Dart.
Yeah, I rest my case.
I mean, what's it going to do? It's dirt.
Because the reason that they don't call this dirt, it isn't dirt yet. She didn't have dirt delivered to her trunk.
Compost.
Mary had compost. There is a difference. Compost is an intermediate step.
Oh,
It's
between garbage and
garbage and dirt, I believe.
See, not only not being an expert in dirt and compost, but not knowing a single thing about gardening in general, I will have to defer to my brother, who is a consummate, world's consummate.
Well, hardly, but I think
gardener.
I think that's how we would differentiate between garbage, dirt, and
compost. Compost is in the middle
I
somewhere.
think it's the middle step. It's on its way. It's wannabe dirt.
Wannabe dirt.
But
she says it doesn't smell at all.
But wait, I'm thinking of keeping it in all winter. You know why?
Wait.
You might as well.
Because the Mustang is so lousy in the snow.
Yeah, that car is the pits. And we live on a downward sloping driveway,
Yeah.
and then you got to go up an incline to get out to the end of our dirt road.
Okay,
Well,
Mary, your husband's going to lose his job if you stay on this little subject. so cool it.
Yeah, especially considering that you gave us your last name when you introduced yourself.
Yeah.
And it's pretty clear that the old boy works for Ford, or used to work for Ford.
Yeah.
Well,
so the question is, what is compost? Will it make a mess out of the trunk other than simply getting it dirty? His opinion is it's going to rot things in there. But
Yes.
don't forget, we have carpeting, the rug, which I suppose could be hurt because it's the compost might be moist, and the moistness would probably cause the rugging in the trunk to get what? Decomposed.
Decomposed. And you will begin to grow mold on things like you could never have imagined.
Right, but it's not going to hurt the structural integrity of the car, but you probably are going to have to replace the rugs. If you had put down some plastic bags before you threw that stuff in the trunk, when the guy threw the stuff in the trunk, did he say, "Lady, are you sure you want to do this?"
I threw the stuff in the trunk.
All right, lady, are you sure you want to do this?
Didn't they have anyone supervising?
No. Anyone can come along with a Mustang and fill up her trunk with compost, and they don't care.
I'm sure you were the
You're a
talk.
nut.
You were the talk of the whole place.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sure.
There were a couple guys that were standing around shaking their heads saying, "Why are you doing this?"
Yeah.
And you just did it because it sounded like it was going to be fun.
I would get that stuff out of there as soon as possible. It can't do any good, and it can only do harm. I'd get it out. I'd yank the carpet out of there and have it shampooed or something, maybe burned at the stake. I don't know.
On the other hand, would you not be willing to invest the price of a lousy trunk rug, probably $20,
to find out what
in the
happens?
interest of science?
Mm-hmm.
It's already been in there for 2 months.
Yeah.
What's another 2 months?
The damage is done, right?
The damage is done. I say leave it there, take it out in March, find out what happened in there, and then you can call us back and we'll know. So the next time someone calls and says, "I was thinking of filling my trunk with compost," well, we can say things like, "According to the DiPaolo theory, you can leave compost in a trunk for at least 6 months without undue harm."
Yes, I like that idea.
We'll name it after you.
And especially,
And you'll need the money that you get from this theorem because your husband's going to be out of work.
But listen, I'm getting the new Mustang in about 6 weeks, so I have to turn this one in.
Oh, you're going to take the compost out of this one and put it in the new one?
No. I'll just leave it in. Let him deal with it over there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I'll really have a good theory to work with.
Oh, Mary.
Oh, your poor husband, Mary.
Your husband is a saint.
He's a good guy.
You bet he is. Thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, it's happened again. You've wasted another perfectly good hour listening to Car Talk.
Who's our esteemed producer?
Well, Doug, the subway fugitive, not a slave to fashion, bongo boy, frogman Berman.
Oh, no kidding.
And our associate producers are David the Calves of Belleville Green and Catherine Frau Blucher Fenolosa. Our web lackey is Doug the Old Gray Mare, assisted by Connie Britchford. Our engineer is John Cartman Perotti. Our theme music is by David Dog Grisman. And our technical, spiritual, and menu advisor, just back from his triumph at the West Tisbury Weight Watchers Worcestershire Wheatgrass and Water Diet Way Off. Just say it. This is NPR.